Let's jump right in, because we are literally witnessing a global shift that's going to fundamentally reshape geopolitics and tech as we know it. We're talking about the AI war, USA versus China. Today, we're unpacking the deep structural implications of looking at AI development not just as some cooperative scientific endeavor, but as a high-stakes, absolute battle for global supremacy.
And honestly, it all boils down to one incredibly crucial question. Who will control the future? Notice that phrasing. It's not about who builds the coolest software or who has the most efficient supply chains. The key word here is control. Artificial intelligence is basically the fabric of tomorrow's global power structure. Whoever masters it, well, they secure dominance over the future itself.
So here is how we're going to break this whole conflict down. First, we'll define the silicon superpowers. Next, we'll examine the American AI arsenal, followed by the Chinese AI strategy. Then, we'll compare these two AI titans side by side, and finally, look at the ultimate stakes of controlling the future.
All right, moving right into Section 1, the silicon superpowers, our dominant players. Our source really zeroes in on this being a two-player geopolitical race, a strict Sino-American AI conflict. Think about it. The old 20th century idea of a superpower, one built on just tanks and trade routes, has been totally updated for the digital age. Silicon, the literal foundation of computer chips and data processing, is now the ultimate yardstick for a nation's absolute power on the world stage.
And what is just staggering about this is the sheer concentration of power. I mean, out of nearly 200 countries on Earth, the future of this entire technological era rests heavily in the hands of just two. This incredibly strict bilateral dynamic really dials up the intensity and the exclusivity of the conflict.
So, let's look at one side of that coin in Section 2, the American AI arsenal, acting as a central combatant. The source clearly positions the United States as one primary half of this conflict. By explicitly calling this an AI war, it means America isn't just hanging out in a free market of ideas. No, it's a central combatant. And that positioning means relying heavily on both defensive and offensive strategies when it comes to the research, development, and massive deployment of advanced AI. Which brings us to Section 3, the Chinese AI strategy, America's formidable counterpart. Across the board, China is driven by the exact same goal here, controlling the future of AI. They are the formidable, equal counterpart in this whole dynamic. We're definitely not looking at a unipolar world anymore. This is a dual-engine race. China's strategy, their rapid implementation, and their deep capabilities are just as vital to understanding this AI war as those of the US.
Let's put them head-to-head. Section 4, comparing the AI titans and looking at that structural balance.
So we've got the American presence on one side and the Sino presence on the other. It's absolutely critical to recognize the structural balance we're looking at. Now, there's no declared victor yet, obviously, but it is a direct, unavoidable versus scenario. You've got two entirely distinct ecosystems operating with completely different regulatory and cultural rulebooks locked in direct opposition. Because this isn't just about localized software development or a couple of tech companies competing for market share. It's a structural, massive battle for global influence. The core themes from our source are undeniable: a Sino-American dynamic, an ongoing AI war, and a desperate struggle for technological supremacy. It literally elevates AI from being just a cool scientific endeavor to the absolute primary geopolitical battleground of our time. Let's wrap things up with Section 5, controlling the future and what the ultimate stakes actually are. Who will control the future? I know we asked it before, but it's such a massive, unresolved implication for all of humanity. The reality of this conflict doesn't really offer a warm and fuzzy answer. Instead, it equates the mastery of artificial intelligence directly with control over the future itself. Basically, whoever emerges as the victor gets to dictate the technological and very likely the societal terms of tomorrow. Which leads us with a pretty provocative final thought. If the USA and China are actively at war for the AI future, what exactly does that mean for the rest of the world? In a high-stakes standoff between exactly two silicon superpowers, understanding this AI war is absolutely essential for all of us. As this massive bilateral conflict unfolds, we really have to ask ourselves, where does everyone else fit into this brand new binary global paradigm?